At the 2017 Nowathan Threshing Show, a variety of antique gasoline engines were proudly displayed, offering visitors a fascinating look into early 20th century power technology. Among the featured exhibits were several engines brought by Barb and the exhibitor, including the International Harvester Company 3 HP Vertical, the Fairbanks-Morse 2 HP Vertical, and a detailed scale model of a Fairbanks-Morse tractor. Each engine represented a different stage of development in small stationary power units once essential to rural and industrial America. NTHE IHC 3 HP Vertical engine, built around 1905, is a classic example of a hit-and-miss type engine. Its vertical design saved floor space, and its mechanical simplicity made it reliable for farm duties such as pumping water, grinding feed, and operating saws. Visitors could hear its rhythmic pop-pop firing pattern, a signature sound of hit-and-miss ignition systems regulating engine speed by skipping power strokes. Next to it, the Fairbanks-Morse 2 HP Vertical engine demonstrated the company's reputation for producing robust and efficient engines. Smaller yet equally impressive, it highlighted precision craftsmanship and practical engineering. Despite its modest power output, it was capable of performing multiple light farm and workshop tasks with remarkable endurance. NTHE miniature scale model of the Fairbanks-Morse tractor attracted much attention as well, showing intricate detail and mechanical accuracy. It served as both a technical demonstration and a tribute to the ingenuity of early engine makers. Together, these engines reflected the mechanical heritage celebrated at the Nowathan Threshing Show, where enthusiasts preserve, restore, and demonstrate antique machinery to remind audiences of the engineering milestones that powered rural progress more than a century ago. As I walked through the gates of the Little Log House Power Show in Hastings, Minnesota, the air was already filled with the deep, rhythmic pop-pop, whoosh-pop of vintage gas engines coming to life. The smell of oil, gasoline, and freshly cut grass mixed with the hum of conversation and the soft clinking of metal tools. It was like stepping back 100 years into the golden age of mechanical ingenuity. Rows upon rows of stationary gas engines lined, each proudly displayed by its owner. Many of these machines were built in the early 1900s and restored to perfect working order. Some were mounted on their original carts, others resting on wooden skids, but all were running steadily, showing off the genius of early engine design. These old hit-and-miss engines were the stars of the show, their slow, deliberate rhythm giving the entire exhibit a sense of mechanical heartbeat. NTHE hit-and-miss gas engine operates on a simple yet clever principle. When the engine reaches a certain speed, the governor holds the exhaust valve open, causing the engine to miss a stroke until it slows down again. Then it hits, firing once more. This uneven cycle produces that distinctive popping sound that fascinates everyone walking by. I watched as one massive flywheel turned gracefully, gathering momentum during each hit and coasting smoothly during the miss. Children stared wide-eyed as sparks flew from the igniter, and the piston moved with mesmerizing precision. Each engine here had a story. One man proudly showed me his economy 12 HP hit and miss gas engine, made by the Hercules Engine Company and sold through Sears Roebuck. It sat on its original drop-frame cart, gleaming in bright red paint, with the Hercules name cast proudly into the iron frame. He explained how it once powered a corn grinder on his grandfather's farm in Iowa. Now, a century later, it runs again, not to grind corn, but to preserve history. Nearby, I found a smaller IHC Vertical 3 HP engine from 1905, standing tall with its vertical cylinder and long connecting rod. Its slow-moving flywheel looked almost hypnotic. The owner added a few drops of oil to the bearing cups while the machine puffed softly. "These engines were built to last," he said, smiling, "and they still do, as long as you take care of them." Deeper I walked into the exhibit, the more diverse the machines became. Some were Fairbanks-Morse engines used to pump water or power small sawmills. Others bore the names Associated, Stover, or Waterloo Boy. Companies long gone, but never forgotten by enthusiasts. A few even had belts running to antique equipment, a butter churn, a grain elevator, or a small wood lathe. It was amazing to see how these simple engines once powered entire farms, long before electricity reached rural America. The crowd around me was a blend of mechanics, collectors, and curious families. Many owners wore overalls and oil-stained gloves, eager to talk about their machines. Some had spent years searching for spare parts or machining new ones by hand. Others had inherited their engines as family heirlooms, restoring them piece by piece. Their pride was evident in the careful polishing, precise paintwork, and the way they listened closely to each pop and hiss, as though understanding a language lost to time. Standing amidst the rhythmic sounds, I realized how much effort went into keeping these relics alive. Unlike modern engines that hide their complexity under covers and electronics, these old gas engines expose everything. The camshaft, the timing gears, the spark mechanism, even the fuel drip. You can see the work of combustion, hear the timing, and feel the raw mechanics at play. Each moving part tells a story of how early engineers turned fuel and air into reliable motion. As the sun began to set over Hastings, the engines slowly quieted down. Some were shut off by closing the fuel line. Others ran until they sputtered to a stop. The field filled with the smell of warm metal and the satisfied chatter of visitors. It felt less like an exhibition and more like a living museum, a gathering of people who refused to let the past fade away. Walking out, I looked back once more at the rows of gleaming flywheels and iron castings. These engines, though simple by today's standards, represented the foundation of modern industry and transportation. They were the heartbeat of early farms and workshops, turning raw fuel into power long before automation and electronics. The Little Log House Power Show had given me not just a day of nostalgia, but a deep appreciation for the mechanical artistry of the past, a world where every pop and puff of smoke meant progress, and where ingenuity was built from cast iron sweat and passion. The Economy 12 HP hit and miss gas engine, manufactured by the Hercules Engine Company and sold by Sears Roebuck under the Economy name, represents one of the most powerful and distinctive stationary engines of its era. Built as the largest model in the Model E series, this 12-horsepower engine was mounted on its original drop-frame cart, designed for easy mobility despite its heavy cast-iron construction. In operating on the traditional hit-and-miss principle, the engine's unique sound and motion came from its governing system. A flyball governor automatically controlled the intake valve, allowing it to open only when the engine's speed dropped below a set point. When additional power was needed, the valve opened to admit a fuel-air mixture for combustion, the hit. When the desired speed was reached, the engine coasted silently without firing the miss. This simple yet effective mechanism ensured exceptional fuel efficiency and mechanical reliability, making the engine ideal for early 20th century agricultural and industrial tasks. NTHE Economy 12 HP engine was water-cooled through a large hopper mounted on top of the cylinder, which helped regulate operating temperature during prolonged use. Running at a slow, steady pace of 250 to 600 RPM, it delivered smooth and consistent torque suitable for driving farm machinery, sawmills, and pumps. While originally fueled by gasoline, many units were later adapted to run on kerosene or propane. Today, the 12 HP Economy engine stands as a testament to the ingenuity of early American engineering, durable, efficient, and beautifully simple. Its rhythmic pop-pop sound remains a nostalgic symbol of rural power and mechanical craftsmanship.
recording.
Now the old girl's settling down.
The 1905 IHC Vertical 3 HP hit and miss gas engine, produced by the International Harvester Company, represents the early era of internal combustion engine development. This stationary engine features a vertical cylinder design and a hit-and-miss governor system that regulates speed by controlling fuel ignition, creating its distinctive rhythmic popping sound. With a 3-horsepower output, it was widely used for powering farm and workshop equipment. Its sturdy cast-iron construction and reliable mechanical operation made it a durable and efficient machine, showcasing the engineering ingenuity of the early 20th century and small-scale industrial power generation. The 1905 IHC 3 HP vertical hit and miss gas engine, manufactured by the International Harvester Company, stands as a remarkable example of early 20th century engineering. Delivering 3 horsepower, this compact yet efficient engine was designed to power small agricultural and industrial machinery. Its vertical configuration allowed for a stable and space-saving setup, ideal for stationary use on farms and in workshops. What makes this engine particularly distinctive is its hit-and-miss ignition system. Unlike modern engines that fire continuously, this mechanism allowed the engine to hit only when power was needed and miss when coasting, maintaining a steady speed while conserving fuel. This simple yet ingenious design reduced wear and made it easier to control power output. And produced around 1905, during the formative years of internal combustion technology, the IHC 3 HP engine played a crucial role in rural and industrial development. It powered pumps, sawmills, grinders, and other essential tools before electricity became widely available. Today, it remains a prized collectible among enthusiasts and a testament to IHC's craftsmanship, symbolizing the transition from manual labor to mechanized power in the modern industrial age. The 4 HP Fairbanks-Morse Type T winch engine is a vintage vertical single-cylinder gas engine built for powering winches and other machinery. Using the classic hit-and-miss governing system, it runs intermittently to maintain steady speed and fuel efficiency. Known for its reliability and robust cast-iron construction, this engine was widely used in early industrial and agricultural settings. Its rhythmic pop sound and mechanical precision make it a favorite among antique engine collectors today. Though production dates vary, surviving examples remain well preserved, with parts and restoration support available through vintage engine communities worldwide and The 12 HP economy hit-and-miss gas engine produced by Hercules Economy is a rare high-power stationary internal combustion engine. It features a single-cylinder, 4-cycle design and uses a distinctive fly-ball governor that controls its rhythmic hit-and-miss operation for maximum fuel efficiency. Originally gasoline-powered, it could also run on kerosene or diesel. The engine is water-cooled through a top-mounted hopper that boils during efficient operation. Designed for slow, steady performance, it powered machinery on farms and in small industries. Its large 12 HP output made it an uncommon yet powerful model among early 20th century stationary engines.
That ain't that bad for starting.
The display features two beautifully preserved early gasoline engines, a 1909 Fairbanks-Morse Type T2 HP Vertical and a 1905 IHC Vertical 3 HP. The Fairbanks-Morse engine remains almost entirely original, retaining much of its factory paint and even the decal on the optional water hopper. Remarkably, the wooden skids are still the originals, showing the care taken to preserve this piece of mechanical history. The IHC 3 HP Vertical engine, built in 1905, also keeps its authentic dark green paint on the base and flywheels, with traces of the original red pinstriping still visible on the flywheels and cylinder head. Both engines are equipped with their original mufflers, enhancing their historical value. The cart for the IHC was skillfully fabricated to include a gas tank beneath the frame, making it both functional and visually accurate to the period. When running, both engines perform smoothly at low speeds, demonstrating the reliability and craftsmanship of early 20th century engineering. Despite their age, they operate cool and steady, serving as fine examples of durable American design and manufacturing from the golden era of stationary gas engines.